Well, it's been a very exciting time as COP26, the United Nations Climate Change Conference, has just wrapped up in Glasgow. My name is Cecilia G, and I'm an analyst here at Lux Research, a leading research and insights firm focused on technology innovation for sustainability. We're working with the world's largest companies on their transformational roadmaps. And it is my absolute pleasure today to be joined by Dr. Arij from Berkel, Vice President of Research and Head of the Energy Team here at Lux. So what do you feel like are the main implications or the biggest change of why companies are now taking climate change more seriously?
These are transformative changes. These are really big changes for companies. If you look at an oil and gas company, or if you look at a coal mining company, it essentially means their core product is going to disappear. So you don't get it more transformational than that. So they really have to do something different. To do that is a major leap of faith for a company, and that is only going to happen if they have absolute trust in the direction of the change. Governments create a direction, create a sense of where the world is headed, but they have no possibility, they have no instruments to actually do something about this. No government is going to say goodbye to coal-fired power, because depriving your people of power is not a popular move. So industry needs to create alternatives, and then governments make the next move.
So then what do you feel have been the key outcomes from COP26?
So first of all, the world has unified around limiting climate change to 1.5 degrees. That's one. Second, there have been a number of measures that all point in the same direction, which is we are going to decrease the use of fossil resources. And the third is really about nature, and is about an agreement on preserving forests, preserving trees, and expressing the importance of preserving the natural CO2 absorption capacity globally. And I think one of the main things to watch there is carbon capture and carbon utilization. That has been a technology that people are generally interested in, but hesitant to invest. And I think right now the change that COP26 gave, the increased confidence in the direction, will create a lot of opportunity to invest in those technologies. So then we're talking about CO2 electrolysis, direct air capture technology, alternative ways of raising heat for the industry. All of those kind of technologies have now really gotten a push, I think, and we'll see a lot more investments in those in the next year or so.
What other findings have you come across in other areas?
So here it's really interesting to look at things like steel and cement. In particular, the EU and the US have agreed to open up the borders and to create one big market for decarbonized steel. And we've seen similar movements in cement. Cement is not a global market, but it does feed into the global economy in the sense that if cement becomes more expensive, everything becomes more expensive. So a global coordination on cement is really important, and cement is one of the most carbon intensive industries.
In your eyes, what are the main key takeaways from the conference? And what should people do, and where can we get some more information?
Companies really should still accelerate their strategy, should still reconsider their strategy. I think they need to move faster. They can be more confident also about moving faster. So what it means for them is they need to really take a hard look at new technology. They need to work with us, with Lux, but also with many other parties. That they also need to collaborate and look at innovation clusters.
So it's clear COP26 requires additional action. Where can we start?
So we have started already at Lux. In fact, we've been working on it for the past several years. We've done a body of research about how to generate heat, and we actually worked with the pulp and paper industry on that, and we worked with the Dutch Ministry of Economic Affairs on that. We'll be publishing shortly a report on how to decarbonize the steel industry. What are the options there? What interesting technology is being developed? We've also published a major report on carbon capture and utilization, what are the options for carbon capture, how do you do it on a small scale, how do you do it behind large industrial units, and then once you have the CO2, what are you going to do with it? Just to give people a bit of a handle on this whole thing, we are just looking through all of the different energy outlooks and voicing our Lux take on it, showing our opinion and how to make sense of all the differences between these outlooks. So that's another one that I highly recommend that people look into. And if people are interested, they can just drop us an email, questions@luxresearchinc.com, or find me on LinkedIn for that matter, and we can talk about it.
Well, thank you very much for your thoughts and insights today, Arij. And in addition to chats like this, we host a regular program of webinars. If you'd like to know more, please do get in touch.